Ronan, Clan Gaelic all clubs is built on tradition, and there's no one has a greater tradition down here than the Sealy name. Your grandfather Brian, going away back to the late 40s and early 50s. When you were playing, were you very conscious of what Brian had done in the club?
I would have been conscious, all right, but not so much at a young age. As I started to grow into the more into the minor teams and senior teams, a lot of emphasis would have been put on my granda and when he played and when he managed the clans in the great 70s team that won 2 Ulsters. A lot of it would have been about my granda and the way he coached the teams and his traditions that he tried to instill in his players and things down here. But personally, growing up, my granda would have had a massive influence on me as a player. You know, he would never have missed a match, be it a school game or a club game or a county game or any game. My granda was always at it. And one of the main things that he would have always said, no matter what, win, lose or draw, was, did you enjoy it? And it's something that has always stuck with me. You know, no matter what, if you enjoy your football, you know, that's more than you can hope for. That's something my granda would have.
You know the way we're doing the history at the minute. It was only when I have sort of been privy to that part of the history that I realised just what a huge figure he was. Not in the clans, just in the clans, but on the county. Like he played centre half forward in an All Ireland final when he was 18.
Yeah, he was. He was in 1953. Whenever I got older and I started asking about it, when I realised the magnitude of him playing at such a young age, I think at one time it was the biggest ever crowd recorded in Croke Park or something ridiculous like that. But he says he can hardly remember a ball kicked. His legs were like water, you know. But that there was some introduction to senior football and inter-county football for him at that age.
Absolutely. We came across a photograph actually of the parade.
Yes.
In the 53 final, and the crowd was given something like 86,000, but the gates were broken and the reckon was 100,000 there, you know.
And there's people on the roof of the holding stand.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
But he played in forwards in that match, and yet he wouldn't look upon himself as a forward.
No, I don't think at a young age he fancied himself as a bit of a sharpshooter, so he did. But as he grew older, we all know that he grew into full back, and that there was a position he played most of his career, and the position he's known for probably in the club.
And what about your career then in the club?
Like, I've had a very enjoyable career, up and down. It hasn't been an overly successful career, but I don't really judge my career on success. I judge my career on the enjoyment on the times I've had. You know, I can't look back on any years with any regret. I've ended my career there this year, and I ended it probably on not the way I hoped I would have ended it. You know, we're in senior championship, we could have done better. I was injured and stuff throughout the year, but as I was growing into the senior team, just really enjoying my football. Playing a wee bit of county on and off, national leagues and things, and then back to the club again. But I always loved playing for the Clans. Always.
I'll go back to your county career in a minute. There was one thing, if I was asked to sum up Ronan Austin, it was the speech he gave after the winning intermediate. I thought it was a fantastic speech. Wasn't rehearsed or really, I'm not saying you didn't prepare for it, you certainly did, but I thought the message he gave across that day was absolutely brilliant.
Well, it's better to speak off the cuff, Jimmy, when you're talking about things you're so passionate about. To say I didn't rehearse it would be a bit of an understatement. I wrote down about 5 points what I had to talk about. After that, it just came off the tongue. A wee bit of Irish at the start, talked about St Paul's, thanked them for their efforts, and then I said how much it meant to the people of Lurgan having two teams involved. After COVID times, after times are so difficult, I was very heavily involved in the community during COVID. You know, with outreach programs or delivering packages, and I'd have been down in Clonerne, not Clonerne, you don't call it Clonerne. I'd have been down in Kawilki or in Craigavon or Tignavan or anywhere delivering packages. Didn't matter what crest you had in your jumper, you're just a community, and that's what it was all about. So I had to make a wee acknowledgement towards that regardless of the result, the GAA in Lurgan is one in my opinion. You know.
Very important. Not to scourge me your county career, but you've a medal that a lot of people would die for. You've an All Ireland under 21 medal.
Yeah, 18 years ago.
Oh, don't say like that. 2004. I didn't do the maths, but you did. It is 18 years ago.
I keep getting reminded about it by James. Yeah, it was 18 years ago, but it feels like it was only 4 or 5 years ago. You know, you still feel like you're that young and you're that fit, but that was an incredible time. You don't appreciate it. No. You really, it's only when you look back, whenever you have a young fella coming through the minor panels and under 20 panels and hopefully senior panels, it's only you realise, you know, I played on won the All Ireland there. It was a fantastic occasion, fantastic achievement, something that I'll always have.
Absolutely. Well, that era, you had Armagh win the senior in 2002, you had yourselves win 2004, and then All Ireland minor in 2009. You know, that was a decade of some achievement for Armagh.
It was, and I remember Justin McNulty speaking about it at the time, saying these are strange times because you weren't really appreciating it. It was like success was expected in Armagh. Granted, at senior level they only won one All Ireland, but they probably left behind about 4. and then they had the under-20s coming through. I think out of that, or sorry, under-21s. I think out of that under-21 team, 13 out of the starting 15 played senior at some stage. The minors now, sure, look at the many minors on the senior squad now today. So there is a wee lull period in Armagh, but it will come back, and in them times it was the golden generation sort of Armagh.
Talking about the minors and James in that order, and your grandfather ties it very neatly together, because you had a 70-year gap almost between your granda winning the first minor in 51 and then James winning it with the boys this year. Like, that must have been a fantastic thing.
It was. There's a wee funny story. I don't know why you would want it or not, but I made a point. My granddad's in a home over in College Land now. Sometimes he has his wits about him, sometimes he doesn't. Good days and bad, like everybody. But I brought James over with a cup to see him as soon as I walked in through the door. He says, "Then where in the name of blazes did you get that? I threw that in the ban years ago." So he had his wits about him that day. He knew all about it. And then he said, "I got a few photos with James with a cup." No, as you say, 70 years on. So I never won it. It would have been nice for the three of us to have won it, but for my granda and then his great grandson to go and win it was great. Hopefully it's a sign of things to come.
Well, it sums up the clans. The very word he used at the start was tradition, so you can't get much better tradition than that.
No, that's what it's all about. Family down in the clans is a massive thing. So if you just look at your sons or your grandsons or even your grandfathers or fathers, there's medals and there's success and there's Gael instilled in them all.